The first big Blumhouse movie of the year. We're going to review The Wolfman. Let's go. Wolfman stars Chris Abbott, Julie Warner, and is directed by Leigh Whannell. What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new 2025 review. Feels good to say that. We're going to review The Wolfman, Leigh Whannell's new movie. Leigh Whannell did, he's done a lot of great things. He did The Invisible Man not too long ago, which is part of this monsterverse. But he's also done some really great things like Upgrade, which was phenomenal. And one thing I love about Leigh Whannell is his creativity behind the camera. Coming up with new and interesting ways to frame a shot, to move action throughout a shot. He's great at that stuff, and this is no different. He finds ways to focus on the actual creature and not just the way it looks, but also its movements, its motion, and following it and going above it and below it and around it, and just keeping you immersed in the story and effectively scaring you. What I love about his direction is it's not about what you see, but it's also about what you don't see. You'll notice that in this too, because it opens with this very simple scene of a father and a son, and they're hunting, and then you're just constantly looking for the wolf, because you know what movie this is, right? But he is very sparing with when he shows you. So by the time you see it, it doesn't even matter, because you're already, it's already in your head, right? It's messing with you. I love the way he deals with that stuff. And you know what? This is a little out of the ordinary with the way I review movies. Maybe it's because it's really early in the morning, but I'm kind of going stream of consciousness on this one. But let me back up. Let's give you a quick plot synopsis. Oh, and subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm doing. So I started you off with the father and the son. The son is Chris Abbott's character. So then we fast forward to the modern day, 30 years later. And, he's got a wife played by Julie Garner. He's got a daughter. He's got a very close relationship with his daughter. That is one thing I loved about this movie. It goes beneath the surface in terms of the family dynamic, because in a million of these movies, especially Blumhouse actually, you just see kind of a generic version of a family. And they don't really go out of their way to dig deep into what makes that family tick. He does that with this, showing that the father and the daughter's relationship is so close, and it's kind of because of the relationship that he had with his father. And then the mother, Julie Garner, is more of a colder type of person. She's just very business oriented. And she has kind of a disconnect with her daughter, and seeing the relationship with the father and the daughter, it causes a strain on not only her relationship with her husband, but her relationship with her child. And I think doing stuff like that just adds a new level of tension once the horror of the movie kicks in. So he inherits this cabin owned by his father, and he takes his family out there to go secure it, and then right away he is attacked. And so really this whole movie takes place over one night, and it's him transforming throughout the night. Another thing that was so cool about this was most werewolf movies, the act of them changing is usually, a few minutes. The approach this movie takes is, let's have this character change almost violently and painfully over the course of a night. Kind of like he's dealing with a sickness, right? A virus. And so at first, his family's thinking he's sick. But as time goes by, little by little, you see that he's actually transforming into something. I was getting major David Cronenberg, The Fly vibes from this movie. You will too, I guarantee you. If you love The Fly, I think you'll really love this. The Fly is such a great freaking remake. I put The Fly and The Thing as the greatest remakes of all time. They're phenomenal. And that's because they were both directed by auteur directors who were hungry for making something new and refreshing and creative. Leigh Whannell, I think, is part of the newer generation that wants to take, IPs and make it their own in every facet. His direction in this is beautiful, and you're constantly following the camera and the story and how he's going to present everything. He definitely keeps you on your toes. Let's talk about the creature design. That seems to be the biggest element, the elephant in the room, I guess, if you will, for this movie. Everybody's been talking about what will the creature design be. It's more of a gradual thing, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will say It looks great. It looks different, but it didn't matter because you're so just engaged in this story. And I know that sounds kind of cliche, but in this case, it is very, very true. Chris Abbott's performance in this transformation is like pivotal, and it's much more important than the creature design. As long as the creature design isn't like gimmicky and I guess just bad, and it's not at all. It looks very realistic, and it kind of fits the approach that they're taking to the transformation in this movie. So you'll see what I mean when you watch this, and I think you'll love it. This is just a very lean movie. It cuts away any kind of fat story-wise. You know, it's one location, one small family, and I think that's why it works so well, and it just flies right by. So I'm going to give this a purchase worthy for sure. I enjoyed the hell out of The Wolf Man, and I was a little nervous going into this, and thankfully it turned out great. So I want you guys to see this. Let me know what you think, what you do in the comments. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flex, where we talk horror all day and every day. And on Fridays, we do Free for Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on my socials. Support me on Patreon. Buy me a coffee. Become a channel member. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.